It's time for Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
A look at the weirdest stories from our weirdest state.
A Florida man cracks open a beer as police move in on him. Why? Because he wants to drink it while it's cold.
What?
Makes perfect sense.
In body cam video from the Port Orange Police Department, you can see that even as officers surround this guy with guns drawn, he has a beer and doesn't want to let it go.
He has good hair.
On the Mark Thompson Show booking photo scale, where do you put him? I ask you, Kim.
I'm going 6 or 7, maybe.
I agree.
Yeah.
He looks like, is it Ryan? Who's the quarterback who's now an analyst, Albert?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, right.
Ryan Fitzpatrick did go to Harvard, though. I don't think he'd be getting caught in this type of mess.
You think that's where the comparison can end, just in the look?
Just based off looks. We have a 7 here. Gordon with a straight 10.
Wow, Gordon really likes his look.
Jim Shields.
It does look like an actor's headshot. Who said that?
He's very Scottish looking.
Ren says it looks like an actor's headshot. It does. He's got a big beard. You're right. Scottish or Irish looking with the big hair.
He could totally be an Outlander for sure.
Yeah, he looks great. Why would a guy like that? You can see why a guy like that doesn't want to put his beard down. You know, he's not used to having to. Anyway.
Come take it from me.
Back to, I'm going to give him, I'm going to give him a 9. Yeah, I think that's a very strong look. So, apparently, officers were responding to the sound of a gunshot, and they were there because neighbors were concerned about that. They arrive, and they're talking with a man who said that the neighbor had threatened to shoot them. Another round is fired during the conversation as the officer is going in search of the shooter. When the officer finds the shooter, who is identified later as this guy, Brett McPeak, he can be heard telling McPeak to show him his hands and stay put. And that's when McPeak asked the officer if he would mind if McPeak cracked a beer. Before the officer can even answer, McPeak tells the officer he's going to crack a beer.
What?
I mean, he knows he's not going to get one in jail. This might be his last opportunity.
We're showing you the video now if you're watching on YouTube. The officer can be heard asking if McPeak has a gun on him, and he says no, but admits that there are firearms in the house. McPeak goes on to say, "This beer is cold, sir, and I want to drink it. I just want to drink this beer. Is that cool?" Eventually, officers negotiated with McPeak and took him into custody. Police say that McPeak did not have a gun on him at the time of the arrest, but 2 handguns were found on the property, including a .38 Special revolver with a spent shell casing, so they think maybe he had discharged it at some point. He was charged with aggravated assault with a firearm and using a firearm while under the influence of alcohol.
Bad mix. Not what you wanted to see, no.
We charge him with the cutest booking photo of our crew today. So
I like
bravo.
to think that they put the under the influence after they let him potentially crack open the beer. It's like, well, if you do that, we're going to charge under the influence.
You're just adding to the charges.
Wild idea, but it just might work.
Yeah, now you're under the influence, brother. Thank you.
Don't do it.
We'll take a couple of swigs before we put the cuffs on you.
Drinking while shooting.
A Florida man uses a cardboard box to hide his face while breaking into Port Orange businesses.
Ooh, it's a wild idea, but it just might work.
Port Orange man is behind bars, allegedly taking a piece of cardboard from a garbage can and using it to conceal his identity while he broke into multiple businesses. There he is,
I mean, he
in
must
all
really
his glory.
must need what he's stealing if he can't even afford a real mask, right?
Deputies dispatched to a panic alarm that went off in a business in Port Orange. The owner saw that 3 cameras were ripped off the wall and taken by a burglar, along with a JBL speaker. Shortly after that, a bag containing the stolen items was found in a dumpster outside the back of the business. When detectives reviewed video footage, they saw this guy on a bicycle pull up next to that same dumpster, attempting to cover his face from the cameras with a box. That same box was found in the front of the burglarized business. More footage shows that the suspect was crawling around on his hands and knees into the business before rummaging through items behind the front lobby desk while still on his knees. 2 additional burglaries also happened later. This guy's burglary run took a month. Well, the Spruce Creek laundromat was burglarized also. And when you do that, that is a bridge too far, ladies and gentlemen. And after reviewing several batches of video surveillance, detectives determined that this man, Alan Gaudreau, was the prime suspect. He matched the description of the person at the site of the burglaries.
I agree with Gillette. It's definitely, we're having a good hair day.
He took a box out of the dumpster and admitted that he used that to conceal himself and break into this Port Orange business. He also admitted to burglarizing 2 laundromats and a stop-and-go convenience store.
He's busy.
And though, on the Mark Thompson booking photo scale, I'm giving him a 6.5.
I will go 7.
Yeah, all right, 7.
Heather says he looks like a great value Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, he does. I think he's got a Sammy Hagar-ish look. Yeah.
Yeah, the hair off to the side on the shoulder is a very strong look. That's
Yeah.
not a common booking photo etiquette.
No, that's true. That's true. He took a moment before he and he looks like Michael Bolton, says Gail. Maybe.
If you squint your eyes a little bit, if you squint your eyes, you can step away from the screen.
Meantime, a Florida dude is arrested after allegedly pelting his roommate with anybody? If you guess pizza dough, give yourself
pizza.
points.
I wouldn't have guessed
Pizza
that.
dough. Yeah.
No.
A Florida man arrested after pelting his roommate with pizza dough because he was making coughing sounds that he didn't like. Joseph Tresselt, 32, seen here, charged with criminal mischief and simple battery after the incident that unfolded at a St. Petersburg apartment.
He also has interesting hair. Yeah.
He looks like a rocker. He's got kind of a Steven Tyler look. On the Mark Thompson show booking photo scale, I ask you, Kim, how you would rate him.
It's a pretty strong booking photo. Again, I'm going to slap down a 7 on this guy.
John Watson says that's a 9. I'm giving him an 8. Yeah, he's very, very, I think he's kind of handsome, if I can say that.
He looks exactly like a guy who would throw pizza dough at his roommate.
I told you to stop coughing.
That's exactly what I think of.
Yeah.
Albert, thank you.
Yeah, it's true. My God.
Fox
Apparently,
those are some crusty charges.
Very, very cute.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The dude started making coughing sounds, the dude who he was rooming with. And that irritated him. That's when he grabbed a piece of pizza dough from the floor that he'd already thrown and threw it again, but this time at the man, at the roommate. Well, the pizza dough struck him in the hip while he was sitting at the dining room table. Deputies said he had no visible bruising on him. It's amazing. And the pizza dough, I mean, my God. Surprised there was no bruising. I'm also surprised that you would call 911 after something like that. After the incident, he went into his roommate's room, grabbed his dresser, slammed it down, and pulled the roommate's drawers out. This caused damage to the dresser frame.
Oh.
And he did this on his way to his own room, which is on the same path.
He's really angry.
Now I can see how things were escalating, and perhaps the roommate wanted some help.
Yeah.
Wes says he can join the Sexy Jesus contest in the Castro.
Yeah, he
does. He does have a sexy Jesus quality. I agree.
He does, yeah.
And the jawline's very, very strong.
He did admit that he was moved to throw pizza dough at the roommate because, quote, the roommate was making coughing sounds that he did not like, according
They
to
should
the
just let him
affidavit.
bake the pizza and just give it to his roommate as punishment. I think that would be suitable.
Yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
situation.
Overcook the pizza and force him to eat it. Meantime, a Florida man accused of threatening to beat up a family member, but he said I was going to wait until his prosthetic leg arrived.
What?
He was arrested after threatening to beat up one of his family members, this guy was. After the arrival of his prosthetic leg, the whole argument went down involving money in Marion County, Florida. The woman involved called 911 after her nephew, this 26-year-old Aljanus Vladimir Diaz, began becoming aggressive with her and other family members in the house. There is a photo of him there, and the Mark Thompson Show booking photo scale, what do you think, Kim?
He's a pretty good-looking guy. I mean, his hair's a little weird, and of course, he doesn't seem like he's the nicest person, but...
Albert, is that hair on the top, or are those tats up top on his forehead?
That's hair, yes.
it's
He's
hair.
completely opposite of our other booking photos,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I'll go 6 on this one.
You go 6.
Yeah.
I do like the tats kind of bleeding from the kind of showing from the
Shirt.
chest area.
Yeah, that can be a macho thing, though. People like the body ink. People might be turned on by that. You know, you ladies like a bad boy. Or you men like a bad boy, whatever your thing is. Anyway, what's the chat saying around a 4? I'm going to give him a, Daniel Martin says -1. 2.5 says, no, I think this is very tough. I'm going to give him a 6. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. I think it's, anyway, apparently this argument was going on between him, Diaz, and his aunt. And he felt that she should be taking care of him because he had recently become an amputee. The two began arguing when he started screaming, saying, I'm going to ram my car into yours and blow it up. Another family member decided to step in to help mediate the argument, and all three stepped outside. And that's when a second argument ensued, when Diaz began clenching his fist as though he was going to strike the other family member. When deputies spoke with Diaz, he said that he did threaten one of his family members and did so because, quote, he is from New York and he is allowed to do that there.
Oh, justified.
Yeah.
The New York defense. Right. Got it.
Diaz also told deputies that he would, quote, beat the S out of the victim once he gets his prosthetic leg.
See, maybe the world has a way in this case of slowing this guy down. It might not be a bad thing that he's only on one leg.
Oh, you think the fact that he's been reduced to one leg may actually work well with God's plan
I think
for him?
Perhaps, yes.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It's fantastic.
okay. In any case, that's the word on Mr. Diaz. He was taken into police custody. A Florida man is facing charges as police say that he stole an alligator and attempted to throw it on a roof. Slew of charges in connection with this alligator jacking.
Is that the new Florida strongman contest? They throw logs in Scotland. They throw gators in Florida.
It was taken, this lovely alligator minding its own business on a golf course. This guy jacks it, attempts to throw the reptile on a roof, telling officers that he was trying to teach it a lesson.
I'm willing to bet there's alcohol involved.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet my lunch that there's alcohol involved.
There certainly is a misguided strategy involved. The man who police identified in a Facebook post on the incident as William Bubba Hodge, arrested and faces 5 charges, including animal cruelty, burglary, possession, and injury of an alligator. This is all according to the Daytona
leave
Beach
the
Shores.
gators alone.
As you know, I think you should lock him up, throw away the key. Mess with an animal, you're done. Officers from the department said they witnessed Hodge carrying the alligator down a state road. The 32-year-old was arrested after he was seen grabbing the alligator by its tail, stepping on it twice, and trying to throw it on the roof of a bar.
The roof of a bar, even better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Meanwhile, the heaviest Burmese python, or at least one of the heaviest Burmese pythons ever recorded in the Everglades, was caught by Florida Fish and Wildlife.
Oh, look at that. That's a Big guy.
The Florida python weighed 177 pounds and stretched nearly 17 feet. We have a picture of it now. According to the data, this snake weighed the most on record, is the fourth heaviest that they have on record. It's also the 22nd longest on record. Wait a minute. It's the most, it weighs more than any other snake on record.
Okay.
And is the fourth heaviest on record. How is that possible? Either
I
it
don't
weighs
know.
more or it's the fourth
Something's
heaviest.
not
What
right
is it?
there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, the heaviest of the species that they've caught was a 215-pound, 17.7-foot female python in 2021. The longest snake was removed by someone that measured 19 feet. So in any case, Burmese pythons are non-venomous constrictors. They are invasive in Florida. That is not a native species.
They don't bite you. They just squeeze you to
That's
death.
right. They typically live in or near the Everglades. And they are illegal to have as pets, and it's probably because someone had them as a pet and released them that they are there to begin with. And finally, my friends, our big finish after the Burmese python, we have this. Back to human beings. A Florida man driving 108 miles an hour on I-95 did it because, quote, I was in a hurry to see my girlfriend.
Oh, that's love right there.
Yeah, great excuse. There is the booking image. And on the Mark Thompson Show booking photo scale, we will give it a, he looks tough, but he's kind of handsome tough. What do you say, Kim?
He's got a little edge to him. Like he's looking at the camera like, I don't really care what you're doing to
Yeah,
me.
he's got that bad boy look that you like so much, Kim.
Kim, how are you?
And
Yeah.
his heart is full of love.
Oh, yes, that's right. He did it because he was hurrying to see his girlfriend. Yeah, there's a lot going for him here.
Yeah, Karen says, not cute, but points for romance. We'll give him a 6.
All right, there it is. He's 27 years old. He was driving 108 miles an hour on I-95 in Brevard County because he was in a hurry to see his girlfriend, Axel Sobravia of North Lauderdale. I love that first name, Axel. Arrested on charges of reckless driving. And when the deputies stopped him, he said he was in a hurry because he was traveling to see his girlfriend. She lives in North Carolina. Well, I hope that those crazy kids enjoy each other after he gets out of police custody. Now, let's go through the favorites. What do you have as the potential favorites in the chat, please, Albert?
I have Beer Won't Stay Cold, Joe Cardboard Box, Wait Till My Leg Ships, and Needed to See His Girl. Those are our 4 options. Feel free to write in the... I thought about Alligator on the Roof. That was not nice to the alligator, so I didn't include it in the poll. But you can feel free to write in whatever you want.
Yeah, you can write in whatever you want. You can also please add in the comments. We do look at your comments, and they help us curate. You know, the curation process is dependent often on audience input. So I would say we pay too much attention to the audience here, and that's mostly because of me. I'm so concerned with trying to appease the audience and give them what they want. So you as audience, you have power. Feel free to comment after this video. You may watch this video in 2 days. Please feel free to comment. In any case, here is, because we will have to vote on a favorite, what you've just heard. The Florida man who cracks open a beer even as the cops move in on him. Why? Because he wants to drink it while it's cold. A Florida man used cardboard box to hide his face while breaking into Port Orange businesses. The Florida man arrested after allegedly pelting his roommate with pizza dough. The Florida man arrested after threatening to beat up family members once his prosthetic leg arrived. I hope none of you people are around here, because when my leg arrives, I'm going to kick some ass. A Florida man is facing charges as police say that he stole an alligator and attempted to throw it on a roof. The Florida Wildlife Commission captures one of the heaviest Burmese pythons ever recorded in the Everglades. And the Florida man driving 108 on I-95 because he was in a hurry to see his girlfriend. We don't want to pick a favorite. It's like picking between children, but we must. And we go to you, Kim. What was your favorite?
You know, the cold beer, it really grabbed me right off the top. And despite the cruelty to animals, it's just so quintessentially Florida. I have to go with guy throwing alligator on roof because
Yeah, and
roof of
yeah.
a bar.
Rest of a
Yeah.
bar, you're right.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Florida
Yeah.
boxes being checked there. Quintessentially is a ding word. And what do you say, Albert?
It's hard to not go with this one because there's just so many things that you even mentioned it too. It's the guy with the prosthetic leg. Like he's a newer-ish amputee. He's just waiting. He's checking the shipping status on that leg while everyone's just pissing him off at home. He's just waiting. He can't kick their ass, Mark. He has to wait till he gets his leg.
Yes, for me, there is no choice. Oh, first of all, what is it in the chat? What do they say?
The cold beer. I think the cold beer is the best one. Like hold on,
Cold beer guy
Let
is
me crack
pretty
open
great.
this cold beer before you arrest me.
Listen, put your hands behind your back. In 1 second, let me just take a couple of hits. You want to get this before it gets warm. The dude with the prosthetic leg, though, it's too perfect, and it was sent, I believe, by Michael Shore, which is pretty terrific. Also, I think, yeah,
I love the New York defense.
yes, exactly, absolute perfection, Albert. Well done. That's Friday Fabulous Florida for today.
This has been Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
Y'all come back now here.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.